So we're officially rolling. Let me adjust my mic. Mic check 1, 2.
Even though we've been over the mic check thing.
Shut up. All right. Hey, how's it going? This is a new episode of the Grindhouse Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Edwin Cabrera. Who are you?
I'm Chris Martin, also known as Crito. It's early in the morning on a Sunday. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, we really don't want to do one, but we're doing one because fuck it, content.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is episode 17 of the podcast. If you care, if you're following,
Cool. We're up to 17.
Yeah, and today I figured we could do something a little bit different as opposed to just like I wanted to make sure we're more than just like a one of these news outlets. We're just reporting on like hip hop news because we want to be more than that. We want to talk about other things aside from just like, you know, Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill are fucking going at it, you know. So
they are going at it if you're unfamiliar.
Nobody fucking cares. I don't care. Who cares?
So I mean, it's funny that they released records like the day after. Like,
are you saying it's a rollout thing?
I think it's a rollout thing.
It could be, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, go back to what you were saying.
Okay, so yeah, so anyway, so this podcast we're gonna just have like a hip hop centered conversation about things about like past hip hop, like, you know, experiences or like, you know, just like talk hip hop in general. And so
cool
it's a little bit of a free ball episode. We're free balling it.
Free balling.
But you know, we might get something out of it
right now.
Yeah, we're free podding right now. This is like a off the dome pod.
This is a freestyle.
All right, so one thing that I sort of saved that I wanted to talk about, and I want your take on it, and I'm going to test you, so I'm going to have you go first, because I could adjust my answers. I don't know, you know, how far your hip-hopness goes. I've never tested you on your hip-hop knowledge.
It's a little early for a test.
Well,
hey, I feel like
we're in it. We already in it, so I'm gonna keep going.
When you're in high school and you got to get up super early and take a big old test.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, it's not really a test. It's just like I want to know about like your hip hop experience. So I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Sure.
And we're gonna reflect back on our time during these eras of hip hop. And so, my first question is, within the context of every 5 years, like going back to 1990. Because my hip hop, in terms of like the level of knowledge I know about hip hop, most of my knowledge is from 90 and up. Pretty much, I was born in 1990 and past that. Yeah. 80s, like I know 80s hip hop, but like that wasn't really my era. And also like, and I guess it's funny because we're both considered old heads now. Like we're definitely not considered anything like, you know, like new. We are current. Like we do listen to current shit, but I feel like it like when you know, people in the generation like at us were probably more now considered old heads. Although I wasn't a big fan of the 80s hip hop sound. Like even like the good shit like R&B, Rakim, like I like it, but I'm never gonna listen to that more than I'm gonna listen to something from the 90s, like Nas or Biggie. Like it's just that's where like my hip hop fandom really lies.
Well, yeah, I mean that's where your introduction.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and I'm not afraid to say that. Like I don't have to prove that I know like, you know, like early 80s hip hop and I was like listening like that was before my time, so I don't like I've never identified with that era of hip hop, and that's why I understand how the young people these days like they'll say some dumb shit about Tupac and Biggie because they were either a baby or they weren't even born yet. You know, so like of course they're gonna say some wild shit because they have zero connection with that artist, and we're gonna look at it like, what the fuck is this idiot talking about? But
anyway, I would say that's where my introduction is. It's like the Biggie stuff, Tupac, like Mobb Deep. Those like I had a cousin he had just like basically he had a computer. He downloaded like everything. Like, and he had a huge like collection of like hip hop music, and me and my other cousin, we would just like play music off that computer.
Oh, cool!
And like it was all like any hip hop record you could think of, like at the time, was on that computer.
So how did he get those records?
illegally downloading them.
Glad we entered this conversation.
Yeah.
Off of what? Like, what was he using?
Maybe it was LimeWire or something. He I feel like
statute of limitations. By the way, like we both are paying for our service.
Yeah, I'm a Spotify user.
If the RIAA is watching this, like this is whatever we say
way past,
way long ago, so you can't get us for anything. So keep going.
Yeah. So
LimeWire. Is that what you said?
I think it was LimeWire.
Napster? No Napster.
Maybe it was like in the beginning of like the Napster stuff.
That was when I was like, whew, like my hip, like, so before, there's like a before Napster, and then there's a after Napster. Before Napster, my, like, what I was listening to was pretty much what my brothers were listening to, because my brothers were in high school and they had money.
Yeah, that's pretty much like my upbringing too. It's just like whatever was being listened to at the time.
So my first, like, hip-hop CD that I ever bought was Redman CD. I forgot what the title of the CD is.
I know mine. I need to think of like what the album title is. But yeah, keep riffing, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's that one. The one with Superman. Superman Love is also in Muddy Waters. It's not Muddy Waters. I wish that was the first album I got from Redman. It was the one that came out in 2000, the one that Let's Get Dirty, like that song that's in it. So whatever that album was my first like hip hop CD.
Mine was Jada Kiss of Death.
Oh really?
Yeah. First CD I've ever bought.
That's a great first CD.
Yeah.
The Redman CD I bought was really good, but it's not my favorite Redman record. So it's like, my favorite is Muddy Waters. So it's like I wish I had that. But let me look up what the album was called.
Dude, I haven't listened to that record in a long time. Might have to revisit.
That's a great first. So who bought it for you, or did you buy it yourself?
I think I went with one of my cousins, and I just grabbed the CD. Like I didn't even know, like anything. I just was like, oh, this looks cool. I'll buy this, and yeah, ended up buying that. And honestly, like CDs, like I feel like I ended up buying like a lot of CDs at the time too. Like. It's so weird now that like music's so accessible.
Yeah, so my first hip rap CD was Doc's the Name 2000. That's
okay.
What it was.
Yeah, what year did that come out?
2000.
2000. Yeah.
That was my first hip hop CD. And then after that, I completely like.
Did you buy cassettes?
Redman was my favorite rapper for the longest time because of that.
Yeah,
he was and I feel like that even affected me today because like Redman was, the funny rapper.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't know if there's any comparison like today of a rapper like Redman because Redman is like you could say Lil Dicky, but I think Lil Dicky falls too far into the comedian category. Yeah. Whereas Redman is like a dope MC, but he's also like has a really funny sense of humor.
Yeah.
Obviously like How High, his whole shit with Method Man and Redman. So like, but I really like as a kid, he was my favorite rapper because of how funny he was, and like his skits on the album would always be like the funniest fucking skits. So that was I feel like that was my favorite rapper for a long time. It was just off of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's dope. Were you ever like into cassettes? Like buying cassettes at all?
No, I was into buying cassettes. Look at you.
Yeah, but dude, yes, before CDs, I was buying cassettes.
I couldn't afford to buy shit, dude. Before Napster, it was cassettes, having cassettes.
Yeah.
Putting the fucking, you know how you put the like a piece of napkin or something like in the thing so you can record over it or some shit like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then I used to listen to WERS. Shout out to WERS. They don't have hip hop anymore, I believe, on that station, the Emerson College like radio station. But back in the day, before I was on Napster, I was, and even after.
Well, they would put like actual local shit on there too. Like.
They would put the best hip hop would be WERS at night. E Skills, I remember he used to like be the host of the show, and it would be like underground hip hop, local hip hop, and then like the they just had a great taste in like hip hop and underground hip hop. Yeah. So I used to just like put a little napkin over like a cassette and then record over it and record the whole like the show, the WERS show at night. So no, I didn't buy any cassettes.
You were just recording shit.
I couldn't afford
No,
it.
I get you. You know, I did that with like VHSs. Like if it was a show I liked, I'll record that shit.
I wish I still had some of those tapes to record too, because some of them are legendary. Like that was a good fucking show. They would have 3 hours of heat. But what kind of tapes were you buying?
I don't even remember, honestly. It was probably like Biggie and like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I never got on that wave. I was always jamming 94.5 and WERS, and then taping WERS because 94.5 had the same shit like every 5 minutes. Still do.
I wouldn't say I owned like a lot of tapes, but I just remember going to. Remember, there was like that CD store or whatever. Was it Strawberries in Lynn? And I would go there. Like I lived like pretty close to it.
What was Strawberries again?
It was like where Pub Gino's used to be.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I wish they still had something like that in Lynn.
Yeah, don't really.
A music store, like a record store, or something like that.
Yeah.
The closest one is the Record Exchange at Salem. That's not in Lynn.
Yeah. We want something Lynn centric.
All right. Okay. So here's another topic of conversation that I wanted to talk about. So from so 5 years, every 5 years from 1990. So from 1990 to 1995, from 96 to 2000 to 2000 to 2005 to 2005 to 2010, then 10 to 2015, 2015 to 2020. Within those 5 years, who is the greatest rapper in the game for each of those 5 years? And we'll start from 1990 to on.
That's a tough one. I just feel like my younger years all blur together. Just like
who sticks out for you in the 1990, 1995? Because that's obviously the harder one.
Yeah,
that's when we were the youngest, so we don't remember that era well.
I would say that was the prime. That was the prime of like Biggie and Tupac.
Okay, so what are you saying? Which rapper from that era do you think had the best run?
I would say both of them equally.
Oh God, you're gonna be one. Ugh, can't pick a side.
Picking a side, dude. Well, I'm not picking a side. I'm being.
All right, I'll pick a side since you're being a little bitch. I think Biggie. Honestly, I think Biggie had the better run from 90 to 1995. Ready to Die came out in 96, right?
I think or 95.
If it came out in 95, I say Biggie had the best run, because his like, I love Tupac. I fucking love Tupac, but Biggie's discography, I feel like, is just he has like
it's like hit after hit.
Yeah, yeah. He had like there was no like skips like in Biggie's discography. He just had like I don't know, like I can listen to that man rap for days, and so I say he had the better run in that era, and then and going on 96 or 95 after to 2000, I say Jay-Z probably had the best run.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, you got to pick one. You can't pick what I pick. You got to pick something different.
I'm sorry, I have to go with that. Like
no,
that,
you can't. You got to pick something different.
Maybe. Well, Nas at the time.
Okay, there you go. Now you're picking something different. Yeah. There you go. See, now you get how this game is being played. You know,
I see how you
can't choose sides. You
gotcha.
Have a fucking debate here. You know.
Well, you have a debate based on like what you think, and it's like
yeah. It's called the fucking debate.
So you're forcing me to pick a side. That
yeah.
All right. Cool.
I'm glad you're catching on to what I'm trying to do here.
All right.
I'm glad you're catching. That's why fucking answer like Tupac and Biggie at the same time doesn't work for this fucking debate. Do you see what I'm doing here?
Going home. Oh wait, I'm home.
Okay, so I would say Jay-Z had the better run because, and I'm counting 2000 in this. I'm counting 96 to 2000. So 2000, I'm going backwards. So 2000, he had Big Pimpin'. Like that was the whole Big Pimpin' like fucking thing. That was a record. That was a summer. That was like a whole year actually. I felt like that record was. If Gemini 5 was playing that record every 5 minutes.
I think Jay-Z is good like that when he can put out like a record, but it's like it's spinning all year.
Yeah,
like it's something that you're gonna listen to constantly.
Reasonable Doubt 96 came out. Reasonable Doubt 96, and that was still to this day, like, I hate to put it in this way, but I will. Nas's Illmatic and Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt are still, and I know that's like the probably in terms of hip hop, like that's the two most, like, if you're gonna pick any two albums to be like the one that like represents hip hop, I feel like those two are some of the best. Yeah, because I still go back to those albums to this day. It still never gets old. Those two are classics. But anyway, Jay had Reasonable Doubt in 96. And then he had Volume 2, I think, came out in 97.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Jay-Z's discography is now on Spotify because I can just quickly check.
I know, right?
So Reasonable 96, Volume 2 98, Volume 1 came out in 97. I don't think Volume 1 was as good as Volume 2. Pretty sure it wasn't. But Volume 2 was pretty hard. Then he had the Dynasty album, which came out in 2000. And Volume 3 that came out in 2000 also. Which had the tracks, let's see. Any standout tracks? Big Pimpin', of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 99. So yeah, and they released the Dynasty in 2000. So he had an amazing 5-year run from 96 to 2000. Yeah. Amazing 5-year run. I say he takes that era in terms of being the best rapper. What do you got?
I agree.
Oh, God.
Well, no, I mean, like, Illmatic came out in 94.
Yeah.
So, like...
He came out... Nas came out with it was written. Yeah, 97?
96.
96, 97, yeah. One of those years. That was dope, too. And for the record, Nas was my favorite rapper in that era. Like, yeah. Nas was my favorite rapper for a long time. I think in that era, like, while I was alive in that era, when I was only, like, 5 or 6 years old, 7 years old, I think I remember Nas in that era, and that being my favorite rapper. Yeah. Now, if I were to look back, I would say that... wow, I'm really thinking about it. Like, I'm going back to the 1995, and I gotta say that Nas. I'm gonna go back and change my thing on Nas. I know. I just made the big thing about like, Tupac and Biggie, but I don't know. I think Nas Illmatic is just. I think looking back on it, he had the best run with Illmatic. I don't know if at the time that was the case. I think maybe like Biggie probably had that that clout back then more, like he was the star. But I think looking back, Nas Illmatic is something. Oh man, that's a tough one. Yeah, I guess I'll stick with Biggie for the argument's sake, but Nas, because I'm talking about the run from 90 to 95, and so Illmatic came out in 94, so Nas was just arriving at the scene for that. So I'm gonna stick with Biggie on that one. Never mind, I'm gonna stick with Biggie. Although Nas, you can argue, had like just that album alone.
Like that album just that goes down in history.
Yeah,
one of the best hip hop records.
Exactly.
That exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll stick with Jay-Z from 96 to 2000. You're going with Nas on that. Okay, I'll give you that. It was written. I don't know. I don't know about. Well, The Firm came out in 98, and that was pretty good. The Firm.
Yeah.
That album, or 97 it came out. Well, one of those years.
Yeah.
And then he came out. What did he come out in 2000? I think after that, I don't know how strong his release, because he was kind of sporadic after that.
Yeah, it was like kind of slowing down a little bit. But it's weird to think that we got like a Nas record, like, was it last year?
Nostradamus 99 and I Am. Okay, I was wrong. So it was written 96. I Am, which came out 99. New York State of Mind Part 2. Hate Me Now with Puff Daddy was the biggest record there. Nas's Like, another big record. I can't believe that. Yeah, that's crazy. Nostradamus in 99. So that was 1 year after another. Oh, same year he came out with Nostradamus. The Prediction, Nostradamus, Shoot 'Em Up. And then 2000, and that's it. So it was written I Am and Nostradamus for those 5 years. I'm still gonna go Jay-Z on that. I think I won that. Because It Was Written was a great album. I think I Am and Nostradamus were good albums. But
they just don't. They don't have the same weight as.
I think Jay-Z had the better run there. All right, 2000 to 2005. This is gonna be a tough one. This is, in my opinion, where hip hop. This is around the years where hip hop
shifted. Like it shifted.
Yeah, this is like the big record companies like throwing money.
It got commercial.
Yeah, this is like the
very
whole
quickly.
Exactly.
But yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so
I'm going with an obvious on this one, but I'm waiting to see what you say. I'm gonna go with you first. I don't want you to take mine.
Okay.
And I feel like you just piggyback off of mine.
Fuck you.
You'd be doing that.
I'm unprepared. I would say like Eminem during that time.
You took mine.
So.
Yes, you took mine. That's what I was gonna say. Eminem. I think for the sake
I
of
was
the
just
argument,
checking the dates of like when things come out because it's just like it.
For the sake of the argument, and this is a good argument.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 50.
Well, 50 came out later on.
No, he didn't.
2000s.
2003. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Didn't it? That was 04.
No, I mean if it was, it's still a 5-year run.
Yeah.
It came out 2003.
You're right.
So stop trying to invalidate my argument when I have a fucking good argument. 50 Cent.
Fight about dates here.
I mean, I don't want to make the argument about record sales because, like I've already said my piece about Eminem.
Yep.
Because he's a white rapper.
I feel like we've talked a lot about Eminem on this podcast.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk numbers because I don't think numbers reflect like just the run in terms of when you're looking at the scope of hip hop, not like how mainstream America got behind a certain rapper because that rapper was a white rapper.
Yeah,
they were good. I'm gonna give him that. Eminem is a elite rapper, but I feel like it's hard to quantify like their stamp in hip hop when you're looking at a rapper that like white people just like they're gonna throw money at, whereas the other they're gonna like ignore. Although 50 was like good crossing over the mainstream, but he had Eminem backing him. And
well,
so
yeah.
It's hard to compare who had the biggest run. But yeah, I'm gonna say 50.
They're still in the same camp, really. Like,
what is all this shit that I'm looking at? Where's Get Rich or Die Trying? Right there. 2003, Get Rich or Die Trying. I think he had the best run because he was doing like the How to Rob shit. I forgot what year that came out. That would have been like that would have been like the later 90s or like 2000. Came out with How to Rob. That was like his Tekashi record, like his controversial record that really put him on top. Before that, he had like a whole mixtape, before and after, they had a whole mixtape run. And then he came up with Get Rich or Die Trying in 2003. And that was like that. I remember that era well. I remember that era well because I remember people being like directly affected by 50 Cent. Like a lot of people started acting tough.
Everybody was talking about him.
People were talking about him. People were acting like him. People were dressing like him.
Yeah.
G-Unit, like
the whole G-Unit thing.
Yeah.
Like I just remember like high school, like everybody was like dressed in G-Unit.
Yeah.
Like
that was a movement. Like Eminem is probably the, if you want to argue overall, I guess Eminem, but like G-Unit as a movement, especially growing up in Lynn, like I saw the direct effect of like his whole rollout.
Yeah, for sure. And like, yeah, you definitely like the whole like him getting shot like that. I remember that was like every when it first came out.
I thought that was a lie. I was like, how the fuck can somebody survive 9 shots?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of brought back the like hip hop group type thing, because then you had Dipset come out in like 05.
Yeah.
Like 05. Yeah, so it just like paved the way for a lot of other stuff to come out later on in the 2000s.
Yeah. So what are you doing at your grandmother's house?
I'm going to visit family.
For what?
Just doing that.
You're a good dude. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same today. I'm gonna visit my mom. See how she
should.
I am. I will.
Should. Yeah.
But it helps to know that you're doing the same. You know.
It like fuels your fire. You know, like,
it's like, all right. Well,
like
Critter's being a good family member. Might as well keep up. Might as well keep up.
Keep that same energy with my family.
I can't have Critters family loving him more than my family loving me. All right, so back to our conversation about eras. Era. All right, so we discussed 2000 to 2005. All right, 2005 to 2010. This is the era, by the way, where I, as a person, checked out of hip hop. I was not around.
I did as well.
Yeah. It was a bad era, in my opinion. After the 50 Cent shit, I was like, so many bad records came out, in my opinion. Like, so many rappers just came out and had the same sound.
Well, it was all the commercial bullshit.
It was so commercial. And so this era is the hardest for me to think about, like, who had the best run, because I was completely checked out of that era.
I'm trying to think of, like, who, like, released records.
The only person that I can think of during this time is probably Lil Wayne. I think this was the Lil Wayne era.
Yeah.
If not then 2010, 2015 was the Lil Wayne era. So one of those, he had a big run.
Yeah.
I think, but I'm going to give him 2005 to 2010.
Yeah. We should probably make sure that's like when he like puts.
No, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
Yeah. But
2005 2010, because I was in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me see.
What do we got here?
Because he released a lot of mixtapes, and I think
you're right.
Yeah, the Carter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was releasing a lot of mixtapes at these times. Dedication.
The Carter. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Lil Wayne in this era.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because he had a fucking run.
He did.
It was more of a 10-year run, in my opinion, than like a 5-year.
Yeah, because even if it wasn't his record, he was on everyone else's record.
Because I remember college. I remember during college, and I went to college between 2009 and 2013. So like I remember 2009 and 2010. Like I was. Yeah. Lil Wayne was like the hottest rapper.
Yeah, if you wanted a certified hit, you had Wayne on.
Amelia came out around that time. That was the big record that was like everybody was talking about and like playing, and so I'm gonna give him that run.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna get easier because now this is more recent.
Yes, we can think about who's around and making
so wait,
music.
Before we go there, that was mine. Who's yours?
I checked out during that time, so like I'm trying to think of who.
Say Soulja Boy.
Fuck you.
Just say it.
I'm trying to think.
We're gonna give you Soulja Boy if you can't think of one.
Fuck you. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Soulja Boy it is.
I guess I'm stuck with Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy had a little bit of a run there.
Yeah.
Kiss Me Through the Phone. Soulja Boy in This Hoe. Whatever that song was about.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're gonna ride with Soulja Boy?
I guess.
Damn, you can't say one rapper from that era who had a little bit of a run.
Compared to Wayne, no. I can't compare anyone.
Yeah, I think Wayne is pretty clearly.
That's what like.
Yeah.
He peaked. He's like.
Yeah.
Like
he was
surpassed everybody. At
he
that
was
point.
Definitely. If you remember
if
era,
you had the radio on for like 2 minutes, you would hear.
I think Nas released Hip Hop Is Dead in 2007. Remember that record? Hip Hop.
Oh yeah.
Hip Hop is dead.
Was it 2007?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I was so happy that he released that record. I felt the same fucking way, and it took me a while to come around to Lil Wayne. I don't know what it was about Lil Wayne that I guess he was just a little different for what I was used to. I don't know why. I appreciate him now, and even like when I went to college, I appreciate him.
Yeah, like looking back.
There was something about initially Lil Wayne that kind of turned me off. But when Nas released that record, I was like, yeah, I agree. You got me out here listening to alternative rock right now. Like, come on, guys. Like, stop doing it for the money, do it for the love. So, yeah, I'm going to say Lil Wayne, and you're going to say Soulja Boy.
I don't... Yeah, whatever, fine.
Yeah. All right, 2010.
Although I don't agree, but it's okay.
You got. I mean, you have no defense, so it's
I have no defense here.
Exactly.
I really don't.
So 2010 to 2015, it's easy. SEC.
2010 to 15. I still kind of checked out during that period.
All right,
as well.
I'm gonna say Kendrick. Oh, you're the loser.
Oh yeah.
No, shut up.
I'm trying to think of
shut up.
Yeah, fuck you.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Dude.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Fuck you.
You ain't even using your brain.
I really am not. Like, I'm trying to think of
we see
what year was what. Yeah, it's too early for this shit.
It's not too early for it.
It is.
No, it's not. It's never too early for hip hop.
So you said like 2010,
2015.
Okay.
Oh, 2015. What is it? 2010, 2011, 2016. Well, around there. The 5 years.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll take Drake.
There we go. Now we podding. So, there it is. Now somebody's coming up. Now somebody's waking up. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
It's not that hard. This challenge is not that fucking hard. Because there's only so many people that had like a big run during certain eras. Yeah. That like there's only like 2 every era that had like one of these runs where you're just like, oh, I remember Biggie, I remember Nas, I remember Jay-Z. It's like these people have the biggest runs in hip hop, so it's not that hard to think about. I think 05 to 2010 it was hard because hip hop for the most part I was like not enjoying a lot of the records because a lot of the records were sounding the fucking same. Yeah. But it was very clearly Wayne's year. But yeah, Drake and Kendrick probably had the best run during that time. Yeah,
I mean Drake pumped out a bunch of records during that time.
So you know what that means, right?
What's that mean?
It means you can't use Drake again.
That's fine. I have some stuff queued for.
Okay, so what do you have queued for 2015 to 2020? Who right now has the biggest run right this fucking stretch?
I'm gonna say. I would say like in the middle of that, like I want to say that it's probably Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a massive record that like came out. Everybody was listening to it.
You know what I forgot that you could have used as an argument, and this is why you lose.
Why do I lose?
You said Soulja Boy from 2005 to 2010. You said Soulja Boy.
No, I just let you say Soulja Boy
because you had none.
Yeah.
So you picked Soulja Boy. That's how the game goes, dude.
I didn't know how this game is played.
Goes.
Now I know.
So you said,
but we can't play the game ever again because
Soulja Boy to 2005 to 2010. You failed to recognize Kanye West as a competitor for Lil Wayne during that time in hip hop. Shame on you. Right. Shame on you for that. You disgusting piece of shit. But
I fucked up.
But back to current. You said who? Travis Scott?
Travis Scott, yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, I don't think you're right. I think you have a point. I'm a counter at this point.
Well, I'm talking like impact.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I see what you're doing, and I think you're right. Yeah. I think his sound especially.
He changed a lot of like the sound, like a lot of like even hit the shows. Like he changed like hip hop shows too. Like
you might have me on that because I think you probably have the better point.
Yeah, victory, feels nice.
You lost because you thought Soulja Boy had the better run.
No, you kind of put me under pressure, and I
mean that's what
I folded.
Think. You guys use the brain. Gotta give you all that brain. Gotta use it sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna say J. Cole. Cole. I'm gonna say J. Cole. Right. So I think ultimately, in this round, I do think that you kind of come out on top because I think Travis is responsible for changing the sound a little bit more than J. Cole has. I think J. Cole is more of a he's one of the best MCs like in hip hop, but I don't think he changed the sound like Travis changed the sound, and just like Wayne changed the sound a little bit and like kind of like changed the image of hip hop, and that's why I also go with Wayne on 2005 to 2010 because there's like he changed not just like music or his body of work, but also like people who followed him like kind of like really kind of took to him.
Yeah.
And I think Travis Scott, you're right. I think he has that effect where he's like his impression in hip hop has been felt like it's there. I'm gonna say J. Cole because even besides the rapping, and I think his rapping between 2005 and 2020 has been stellar. Like that's I feel like where his career really kind of peaked, and is still currently on top, and we'll see where it goes going from 2020 to 2025.
Yeah.
But also his newfound like record label and like his signees. I think now and I'm curious where it goes from 2020 to 2025 because now that he has his signees like JID, Earth Gang, Ari Lennox, like it might be a whole different thing. He might be on like and this is another conversation which obviously we don't have time for because you got to go see your grandma. But I was gonna say the next topic of conversation is independent labels that ran certain eras.
I would love that.
Yeah, but we can't do that today because you got to see grandma.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel it now. No, we don't have time today, but definitely something I want to do in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say J. Cole on that again, just because I feel like rapping wise, his body of work lately has been he's been on a tear, but also business wise, he's also been on a tear, and that doesn't. I think right now he's going on a great run for going into 2020, 2025. So that's it. That's all we have for today. Yeah. It's a little short episode where we talk a little bit about hip hop. We'll probably have some more of these when we have filler episodes such as we have today. We're just trying to kill some time and put out a little bit of content. If you disagree with anything that we've said in this episode, your opinion is your own and you are entitled to have them. But if you feel so inclined, hit us up on the comment section and talk some shit. Yeah. Because we will gladly talk shit back if it's warranted. If you guys have a point, maybe we won't respond because we're too chicken shit.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be that.
Yeah, but if I feel like you have a point that was raised that I feel like I can either counter argue, or maybe the argument's stupid and I feel like I can just beat you at it, I'll engage in the comment section. So, our opinions are our own. Don't hate us too much for them. I'm sure we probably missed some big artist somewhere in those eras. But I think we pretty.
I mean, we did say we were winging this podcast today.
Yeah,
so
but I think the choices that we made are pretty safe.
Yeah,
they're pretty safe choices. It's like we didn't pick an egregious. We didn't have like Joe Budden number 3 on the best rappers alive list. You know, like Ebro did.
Yeah,
it's nothing like that. We picked some pretty obvious choices for
pretty
each
standard.
Decade. Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
But if you liked us, if you like us, if you fuck with us, like, comment, subscribe.
Buy our merch
at Grindhouse Recordings on Instagram. I think at Grindhouse Recordings on Twitter.
Yeah, it's a little different on Twitter, but
yeah. Anyway, just keep following us. Let us know and show some love. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.